You fast forward 2 years and you're 21 and you make your debut for the Black Sticks. And so, you put that in the whole perspective of your life and go, oh, you're 21 and you debuted for the Black Stick. So tell me about that feeling because you've worked hard, the disappointment trying to get in squads, and now finally you go to an under 21 series versus in India. And yeah, tell me about the lead up between that and your debut for the Black Sticks.
Yeah. So I guess for that under 21 series, because all the other top under 21 girls were playing sort of in the national team, they weren't playing in it,
Mm,
or they were a little bit older, whatever. And so I started to play more like me.
mm,
I got moved up to striker, and I just got into a lot of flow, and I had a really good series. And the national coach was there. He'd seen what I'd done, and he obviously liked what I'd done. And so I got the call up to debut in February of 2015, and yeah, it was honestly like just the one of the proudest moments, because I think for most athletes will be able to relate, like you're striving so hard to achieve that goal, and then like when you're standing there and you can hear the national anthem playing and you're just like pretty overcome with emotion, yeah, it's just the best feeling ever. And
mm,
I just remember there was this like perfect ball that came in from Alegunson, and I just one time tapped it, and that was my first out to the right half, and it was my first touch in international hockey.
mm,
And I just was like, oh yeah, I'm ready for this. Whereas
yeah.
I wouldn't have been ready at 18, 19.
Mm,
And through the journey, it's still, you feel doubt and fear, and it hasn't been perfect. I've been in and out, as we can probably go into, but
mm,
it's just when you achieve that goal, and you feel that sense of satisfaction, it's a pretty amazing moment. Um,
yeah. Yeah, I can imagine. It's what was the feeling after though when because you've wanted to achieve this goal of playing for the Black Sticks. Now you've played for the Black Sticks. When you went home that night, obviously you're pretty happy, but is after a few games of playing for the Black Sticks, what is the goal? What did that change now, or you're like, yeah, I've made it now. Is the feeling exactly how you felt it would feel, or did you?
um,
Yeah.
yeah, I think, yeah, it's quite interesting to
So Rich,
remember back.
because Richie McCaw talks about being GAB, being a great All Black. Grant Elliott
Mm,
talks about, he had this goal of trying to make the Black Caps, and then he wished that he tried to be the top five all rounder of all time, and I just really stretched his goals, whereas
mm.
his goal was to make the Black Caps, and then he was like, oh right, I'm here now. All right, this is pretty cool. So what did that change for you?
Yeah, probably if I'm super honest, I had my experience that first cap, and then I was like, shit, man, I want more of this. I want more international hockey, like,
Mm,
and it wasn't until, yeah, maybe a couple of years ago that it clicked for me that I was like, man, I want to become the best that I can become. I think
mm,
that's probably my mindset. It wasn't, and it was interesting because I was talking to Gemma about this, and you know, when I was dropped, we did a bit of study together, and so we would get into these conversations around hockey and being an athlete and being the best you could be.
mm,
And I said to her, I was like, I want to be the best. And she said to me, well, Richie would probably say, be the best in New Zealand. And once you're the best in New Zealand, then be the best in the world.
mm,
And I was just like, okay, and then like totally agree. And so I guess I think it always comes back to me, like, I just want to now be the best I can be.
mm,
And and like, I know for me that mastery is a huge part of why I play sport and why I do it. And it's taken me a while to really figure out that is a huge driver for me.
Mm.
But it was when I got dropped that I figured it out, which was maybe, only recently,
Mm.
that I just love going down and trying to hit the sideboard. And I love like the little technical things that you can adjust to make yourself better. And yeah, so I think everyone has different motivations of why they do their sport. And some people know very early, I want to be the best.
Mm.
And I think it probably had been a bit of a subconscious, like it's always in the back of my mind, I want to get better
Mm.
and be the best if I can be the best. But yeah, I just want to be the best that I can be is probably my goal now.
Mm.